Episode number 3, 123 of Robb's right-wing rants. Still going with that name. Open to any suggestions, by the way. That name's not concrete by any means, but definitely explains that anybody tuning into this is going to know that I'm right-oriented. That's for damn sure. What's going on in the news today, guys? Always something exciting happening in this day and age. Got a few things I saw was very interesting and wanted to share with you. First one was CNN. From time to time, I will take a peek over at Clinton National News to see what is going on. I noticed today, surprisingly, very surprisingly, they had a poll, which we all know how their polls go, definitely oriented to their readership, which is definitely left-oriented. And guess what they had to say today? 53% of the people they polled think Trump will ultimately do a good job as president. Imagine that. What's the date? How long has he been elected now as president-elect? It's only been, a couple weeks. Time flies, unbelievable. But already 53%. And how can they not? Things are already looking great. He's making great appointments. You'd have to be out of your mind to really try, and you'd have to dig really, really deep and come up with some really stupid, creative, left-oriented garbage to demean any of the appointments he's been making so far. Stock market soaring. Great things are happening already. Of course, he's going to do great. Talking about CNN, another thing I'm seeing in the news a lot these days is, and Obama really talking about it, is fake news. This is the left's new ammunition, their new area they're going to zoom in on to try to attack. And they're talking about this was one of the reasons why Clinton lost the election, was all these fake news, we're putting out fake information and so on and so forth. What's hilarious is when you look at what they're listing and indicating as fake news, it's all the right-oriented stuff. Fox News was thrown in there. Breitbart, of course, was thrown in there. And it cracks me up because who were the people which news outlets were the ones that were so completely off in their predictions of the election? It was all the left-oriented ones. CNN was just a complete disaster. NBC was just a disaster. They're all disasters. So talking about fake news, maybe they should kind of look at themselves before they start talking about the right having fake news. Anyway, that's just another one of their games that they're playing. Did you see where I thought it was fabulous, where Trump brought in all the heads of a lot of the news, the major media outlets, brought them in for a meeting. They didn't even know what they were coming into, and he just tore into them, which I think is excellent. Because who do these people think they are? That they can just they can do it. What these fake news, and I'm going to use their own term, these fake news, these left news media that have totally just brainwashed a majority, not a majority, I'm going to say half of society. All the ones are a good portion of the ones that voted for Hillary, in my opinion, are obviously brainwashed. You have to be, or why would you ever vote that way? But what these left-leaning news media do is they try to jam their own agenda down your throats. They come up with their own statistics. They come up with their own name calling. Look at the name calling they're doing now to all of not just Trump. I mean, it's hilarious what they've said about Trump, which is it's basically just a game of Chinese whisper that the liberals are playing when they call Trump all these things during the election. You know, they said that he was homophobic, doesn't like Muslims. Doesn't respect women, all of which was just people, just the left media just saying things. They have no support to back it up. They just permeate this information. They put it out to their viewers and just suck it up. It's, oh yeah, that's right. Oh wow, CNN said that he doesn't like women, so he mustn't like women. Oh, NBC said that he doesn't like Muslims. Yeah, he mustn't like Muslims. Yeah, you hear that? And then you've got all these psychos out on the street, little crybaby mummies, boys and girls, who are used to getting participation trophies because we've totally screwed up our younger generation. I'm totally getting off another rant now, but this is a rant. We've totally screwed up our younger generation from the standpoint that nobody's allowed to win anymore. and so we give it participation trophies, and when somebody actually does win, like Trump does, and your team loses, well, you can't handle it, so you freak out and you run around the streets, and you're saying, oh, we can't have this guy as president because he doesn't like women, doesn't like homosexuals, doesn't like Muslims, and all of it's just bullshit. That the fake news, which we've already talked about who they are, the left-leaning ones, they're the real fake news, have permeated this information, and nobody's backing it up. There's no documentation showing this stuff. It's just because these news medias who completely back Clinton are not just back her in their media, but also financially, are putting this information out there, and people are just buying it. They're falling for it. So it's disgusting. And I don't even know how I get off on that, but this is a rant, and this is, I've given full warning. These are just rants, and I'm going to go on time to time. Let me see. I was talking with Trump, getting all the news guys, the head of the news departments together, and they had no idea what they're in for. He just lambasted them, which is awesome. And I'm so excited to see how the next 4 years goes with how he deals with the media and how things take place. It's just going to be a ton of fun to watch. Let me see. What else do we got here? Tim Allen. Wow, man. Love it. I kind of blasted the liberal Hollywood members or parts of it. Most of it, Hollywood is liberal. I did give some kudos to the ones that are conservative and who stand up, and look at that. Tim Allen comes out like a day or two after I do that. Must have been watching my videos, Tim? Absolutely. Gets on Fox News and completely lets Hollywood have it. Their hypocrisy, because they are hypocritical. They'll get up. And what he said was his exact quote. Well, I won't say his exact quote. I'm paraphrasing. Anti-Trump celebrities, which is, let's be honest, 85% of the celebrities out there, are the biggest bullies of all. And he's 100% correct. Because here's what they'll do. They'll get up there and say, oh, Trump's a bully. Trump's a bully. He says this and that. And then they'll go and bully anybody who supports Trump, who supports the Republicans, who leans right. In fact, you hear so many stories of how any conservative Hollywood individual has to keep that to themselves. And, God love Tim. Hopefully he's not going to backlash on him. Hopefully he's not going to get any backlash from it. Because I've even heard it's hard to get a job. Some celebrities who are right, it's hard, once it's found out, they never work again in Hollywood. But here's the hope Tim does. He's a big star. I doubt that's going to affect him much. And good for him. You got to stand up. You got to voice it. You got to let people know where you're at. So let me see what else we got going on. Oh, a lot of back and forth between Republicans on whether or not Mitt Romney for Secretary of State. Very interesting. I've seen Huckabee and Newt Gingrich talking about it just today on Fox Friends individually. Both of them don't seem to come across as being big supporters of the idea of Mitt Romney being Secretary of State. What Huckabee say? Now, Huckabee's upset, and I don't blame him. I'm a little torn myself, if it'd be a good appointment or not. There's a few reasons. Number one, I'm torn because I think he actually would make a good Secretary of State. I actually liked Mitt a lot, up until the point, and the same point where Huckabee and Newt now have issues. That's when I started to have issues, was when he started, not just quietly, but very vocally lambasting Trump, called him, what do you call him, a phony, a fraud, and a con man. So he didn't just disagree with him. He went on a personal level, and then he was a big leader of the Never Trump movement within the Republican Party. So that's rough. However, so I'm torn there. However, I do think he'd make a good Secretary of State. Huckabee thinks that it would be an insult to the voters. I can kind of see where he's coming from. I'm not 100% sure that I agree. I think that probably a lot of the voters that did vote for Trump obviously voted for Romney back in 2012. I think the voters would get over it very quickly, and I think he'd make a good appointment. The only reason I'm not 100% convinced of it is, what about Rudy? Where's my man Rudy Giuliani? Where is this guy? What's he going to get? I love Rudy. Rudy was vocal. Rudy's, in my opinion, Trump's number one backer. He was there. He took brunts of all kinds of attacks from the media, almost as much as Trump did. I thought Secretary of State would have been awesome for Rudy. So where's Rudy going to fit if Mitt Romney gets Secretary of State? Hopefully Rudy gets a very prominent position. I think he'd be awesome. All the work he did to turn New York City around, and he was the mayor of New York. So we'll see. What did Gingrich say about it? Question whether Mitt will advocate Trump's ideas over his own. I'm not worried about that. What he was saying was basically that Mitt wanted to become president himself. Obviously because he ran and got the nomination back in 2012, where he's been so critical of Trump, even though he has all this experience in foreign affairs and such, and a lot of respect overseas. When he's over there dealing with heads of other states, is he going to be pushing Trump's agenda, or would it be more of Romney's agenda? I'm not sure there's a big difference. When it comes down to it in the end, it'll be interesting to see if he does get the position and what happens there. So, I don't know. If you're watching this, give me your opinion. What do you think? Romney or Giuliani, or even John Bolton's in the running for it too. So, who's your pick? Let me know in the comments. If you're watching this, lastly, we'll close it out with this one. We just hit the 10-minute mark on the video. Kellyanne Conway confirms Trump does not want to pursue Hillary charges. I get it, but I don't, and I respect it, but I don't. And my petty side wants him to go after her and lock her the hell up and throw away the key. I don't know. I see both sides. I see the side that if he goes after her, then it's going to divide the nation even more, because she's got a shit ton of supporters who are just blinded and got to get the blinders off their eyes. How could you ever support her after everything she's done? 3 FBI investigations. 3, not 2, 3. 2 for the emails and 1 for their foundation. That's 3. FBI investigations. The foundation one, as far as I'm aware, is still ongoing. That's 3. So it sets a bad precedence, in my opinion. It's really tough. It is really tough, because it sets a bad precedence if a president-elect goes after his competitor. I get that. I've heard Rudy Giuliani say that. But I've also heard Rudy say, almost in the same breath, that it sets a bad precedent if somebody, an elite individual like Clinton, can get off with what she's done. When people of non-elite status have been put in prison for much less. Much less. She's already done many things that have been proven and shown that would have put a non-elitist in the prison. So, in the end, if I were Trump, I think I would personally not go after her, but I would definitely let the due process happen. Make sure that the email situation is, I think it should be reopened. I think it should be fully investigated. The president can definitely stay out of it, absolutely, but let the whole process happen. And if charges should be brought, they should absolutely be brought, of course. I think that's a no-brainer. So let me know what you think in the comments, guys. I try to keep my vindictive side out of it, my petty side, because, you do got to be fair. But, man, she just pulled off some nasty, her and Bill both have just pulled off nasty, ridiculous things that would have you or I locked up and gone forever. So that's what I got. That's my rant for today, guys. And I kind of mixed it up a little bit today, threw in a bunch of things that's going on in the news. Couldn't really figure out one topic to talk about. Got off on a little tangent there earlier, a little rant. That's fun. I enjoy that. Hope you enjoyed the show. Starting to get some views on this, so by all means, share this video up. Subscribe to my channel here on YouTube, and comment below if you liked it. Hell, even if you didn't like it. It's all good with me, guys. Have yourself a great day. We're up signing off.